Bakersfield. 6 women have banded together filing a lawsuit against the California Department of Corrections, claiming it's not a safe place for pregnant women. That suit stemming from an incident right here in Kern County. Plus, Bakersfield College is hosting a hackathon looking for high-tech solutions to local problems. We'll show you how to get involved. That's all ahead on the Now Bakersfield. Chris?
Topping our lineup here on the Now, there is a growing need for more home health aides and other caregivers. These are workers that have very few protections. We're going to look into the push to change that. And we really don't learn all the aspects of managing money when we're in school. Well, there's a unique class that's trying to fill in the gaps, and they're actually paying people to take that course. And phones could become the next tool in detecting mental illness. We're checking out a new tool that could be coming to help detect depression. How that would work, we're going to get to it today here on the Now.
They're just terrified, and there's so many women who are afraid to stand up because they're afraid of losing their job. I'm putting my job on the line right now.
It's a story we first brought you last year of an officer who filed a lawsuit against the California Department of Corrections, saying an injury she received while on the job caused the death of her unborn baby. Now, 6 other women are working for the CDCR have come forward with a class action lawsuit claiming it's not a safe working environment for pregnant women. The Now's Tori Cooper has an inside look at the lawsuits and what the women are hoping to achieve.
Wearing a peace officer's badge has changed for Tehachapi State Prison guard Sarah Kugel.
I can't go back to work because it's incredibly difficult to put on that uniform, to wear that badge, knowing that this department is what caused me to lose my baby.
Kugel filed a lawsuit last April against the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation after she says she was denied reasonable accommodations while she was pregnant, and eventually fell while responding to a prison fight in July of 2017. Kugel lost her unborn baby 2 months after the fall in September of 2017. Kugel said it could have been prevented if she was given lighter duty, but she was denied by the CDCR even after a doctor's note.
If you bring in a doctor's note, they will put you off of work. Most likely you're going to be unpaid.
According to Kugel, since she declined to sign a release of liability waiver, she was left with 2 options. Either medically demote to a lower paying position with reduced benefits or go on unpaid vacation leave until she could return to duty. She says neither option within the policy gave her an opportunity to keep her job and build a family.
Current policy in place ignores the fact that women are uniquely capable of bringing life into this world. If there needs to be unique policies in place to protect that child, why can't it be done?
The lawsuit says that until 2015, the CDCR's policy was accommodating pregnant women on the job, as long as their safety and security was not compromised. But the CDCR has since changed that policy. The CDCR would not comment today on why. In October, a Kern County judge ruled that policy was illegal and that the CDCR had to provide fair accommodations for lighter duty if Kugel became pregnant again. Kugel's story sparking 6 other women across the state to also come forward with similar claims, hoping for similar outcomes in other counties.
27 weeks pregnant, I was asked to do a mandatory overtime, which would have resulted in an extra 6-hour shift on top of the 8-hour shift that I had already worked. I had informed them at that time, hey, I'm about 7 months pregnant. I'm having a hard time going up and down the stairs, especially with my duty belt and everything. And they didn't really seem to care. Told me they were going to write me up for it.
Angela Powell works at Vacaville Prison and is one of 6 women now filing a class action lawsuit against the department. Powell says she was forced on disability after notifying CDCR, and when she returned to work, she was deemed insubordinate and was told she was going to have to take a pay cut following her actions.
But if it makes a change for other people to not have to go through it, I'm willing to be the voice.
For the Now Bakersfield, Tori Cooper, 23 ABC News.
The CDCR says they do not comment on pending litigation. However, we did receive a response from the California Correctional Peace Officers Association. Officials say their team concluded their old policy was not broken and should not be fixed. Kugel is still on leave and is scheduled to go on trial this September. A hearing for the class action lawsuit concerning the 6 other women from California is scheduled to take place in May. Bakersfield College students have come together today going high-tech to help improve the lives of people living in Kern County at the 3rd annual Hackathon. The theme of this year's Hackathon is health and social justice. At the event, teams tackle real issues that impact people in our community like hunger, childcare, pollution, and more. One group is looking to the issue of mass transit and how to provide people with a free way to attend doctor's appointments. Organizers say it's a great way to crowdsource ideas and create real change.
Well, basically, we come up with solutions. So we find out what the problem is out there in Kern County and try to come up with a solution in a technical way. So like through an app, a website, stuff like that.
Well, if you've got some sweet technical skills and are interested in being part of the hackathon, you still have time to get involved. The event continues tomorrow and will go through Saturday. For more details, just head to our website, turn223.com.
Let's start the Now News feed with a new study saying that organs from people with Hep C can be safely transplanted. The New England Journal of Medicine has a study saying that new antiviral drugs make them safe. Typically, those organs aren't used. Some interesting new details coming out about the 12 boys who were trapped in that Thailand cave over the summer last year. Yeah, New England Journal of Medicine reports saying that the boys were given ketamine as anesthesia during the rescue. The FDA recently gave the approval to a nasal spray that's related to ketamine, which has also been used, the ketamine, as a recreational drug. Of the places to hide a chainsaw, this is not a place I would recommend. A California man caught on camera stealing a chainsaw, just shoving it right down his pants. Yeah, this happened at a hardware store in Fresno. Well, job experts are predicting that the number of domestic workers will skyrocket in the next few years. Talking about jobs like home health aides and personal care aides. It's already one of the fastest growing professions in this country. Now, this type of work provides a very small amount of protection. Federal law doesn't require caregivers to even be paid minimum wage. They're not required to get paid sick time or benefits like health insurance or retirement plans. Now, domestic workers are banding together to demand rights and protections. The Domestic Workers Alliance is pushing for a Bill of Rights for these workers. Now, these rights would protect workers from discrimination and require employers to pay at least a minimum wage. Now, if passed, it will make sure that workers get meal breaks, some paid sick days, and also create a system to report sexual harassment. There are some states that have taken action with this. 8 states that you see highlighted right here, including California, have created their own laws to protect domestic workers. All right, let's get back to our lineup, and we really don't learn about all the aspects of managing money when we're in school. But we are going to take you to a very unique class that's trying to fill in the gaps, and they're actually paying people to take the course. That's next. didn't learn in school. And they're also getting paid to take the course, and Chris Welch explains how all of this was working.
It's 5:30 in the evening.
We're going to start class the way we normally do.
And most of these 20 to 30-year-olds have just come from a day at work.
So that might be one of the most dangerous things we do every day.
And now they're in a classroom learning the basics of buying auto insurance.
You can save if you bundle.
It's part of a unique program that teaches millennials all aspects of managing money that, let's be honest, we don't really learn in school.
Exactly. I had no classes about any of the basics like this.
I didn't learn any of this growing up. My dad taught me how to write a check. Nobody told me how to do taxes.
We think we found the best solution that's out there right now.
It's called the Third Decade Program because, well, most of the students are in their 20s.
Those 10 years are when you can change your financial trajectory forever.
Robert Swift with Tucson-based TCI Wealth Advisors started the nonprofit a few years ago. The class covers everything from creating a budget to how to plan for retirement.
Keeping it simple was very necessary to get this to work.
Also helping it work, the program pays the students. Yes, anyone who completes the 4 evening classes and passes the final test gets $1,000 in the form of a Roth retirement account.
The donors of this program are basically investing $1,000 plus a little time to start a 25-year-old on a pretty cool track. And I like to think of the implications of a whole generation kind of getting proper financial planning, what that can mean 25 years.
Now, to get the reward, students must currently have full-time jobs, rent or own a home, and have a household income of less than $100,000. Swift says in return, he gets his own reward.
Well, I like helping those people find that they have more money than they need.
Reporting in Tucson, Arizona, I'm Chris Welch.
Very cool. Well, last month, community members from all across the county came together for the annual Stuff the Bus food collection. Tonight, we know how much food is going onto local food bank shelves. The Stuff the Bus event, which is hosted by the Community Action Partnership of Kern and Golden Empire Transit, was held at Valley Plaza Mall last month, where volunteers accepted donations of food to help with the local fight against hunger. The goal was to collect 7,000 pounds of food, and tonight we're happy to say that Stuff the Bus smashed those expectations. Organizers say they collected 9,407 pounds of food, and that's not all. They also collected more than $3,000. That money will be used by CAPK to help local families in need. Spring is in full swing here in Kern County, and the California Living Museum is celebrating the season by having a spring fling for spring break. Combe, which is located in northeast Bakersfield between Lake Ming and Hart Park, will be hosting their spring fling from Saturday, April 13th through Saturday, April 20th. During the event, all kids under the age of 12 will get in for free and when they are with an adult. All week long, Calm will have animal keepers give kids up close and personal encounters. It'll be held from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Wow. What if I'm a kid at Harps? That should be okay, right? All right, taking a live look at downtown Bakersfield. Oh, you can see the sun peeking through a little bit, but definitely lots of clouds, Allison.
Yeah, we have been tracking those storm clouds that have made their way into the county because our next out of a series of storms has made its way here. So we're seeing that rain down in Los Angeles, making its way up into Kern County, as well as bringing some showers to Northern California. So earlier this afternoon, just before 5 p.m., we saw those rain bands make their way into the county. In the western portion of the valley, seeing reports of rain falling there, as well as gusty winds, but this rain band is slowly pushing east, so that means we're looking at a pocket of potential rainfall just north of Bakersfield, but most of that is centered over to Tehachapi, as well as down into our desert cities. And this system will bring the chance for those light rain showers throughout the evening tonight. We can see that we could be looking at those gusts down in Arvin, as well as up in Bakersfield. Actually, those wind speeds nearing 20 miles per hour on the western portion of the valley, and this will be continuing into the very early morning hours tomorrow. But then we will be spending most of Friday feeling very similar to what you were seeing today. So those gloomy conditions as well as dry, but then our next and an even stronger system will be making its way into the county. Thankfully, this is the last system of the work week, and it looks like we'll be dry this weekend, thankfully, but it's going to be bringing those lingering showers throughout the evening on Friday into the very early morning hours on Saturday. But the best chance to see the rain is actually going to be in our mountain communities as well as down in the foothills. So as a combination of tonight's storm as well as Friday's, Bakersfield could be seeing, well, a few hundredths of an inch, while as down in our mountain communities, they could be seeing a tenth, potentially 2/10 of an inch of rain. And as for temperatures, again, similar to today, cloudy skies with a high of 69 degrees in Bakersfield, but our desert cities are going to be feeling those winds. Actually, gusts could be reaching up to 40 miles per hour. But as these storms make their way onshore, that means another day of good air quality in store. We will have an AQI of 40. But let's talk about temperatures as we head into the